Two coach trains were normally sufficient for Hayling Island services. On Saturdays, the line was operated to a 30-minute service interval. One train would be waiting in the bay platform at the island station, ready to depart as soon as the next train arrived. 2 minutes were allowed for this operation to be completed. Locos and stock were stabled at Fratton, so at the start of the day an early train was often double-headed. This is the 9:14 service to the island, comprising 4 coaches hauled by locos numbered 32636 and 32670. Number 32636 will bring back 2 coaches at 9:45, with number 32670 following with the 10:20 service. Daily semi-fast services from Brighton to Plymouth and Cardiff stopped only at major stations. This one passes through Havant Aclew without stopping. The Southern Railway was one of the pioneers of electrification of railways, and when it was formed in 1923 took over 74 route miles of electrified track. During the 1920s and 30s, growth of electrified lines was rapid, and by 1947, when British Railways was formed, there were 706 route miles. Brighton was reached from London in 1933, and the coastlines from Portsmouth to Worthing were electrified in 1938. New EMUs were required, and the 2-bill type was considered ideal for the coastal route. The designation 2-bill stood for bi-lavatory and meant a 2-car set with a lavatory in each coach. There was no corridor connection between the coaches, hence this seemingly rather lavish provision of toilet facilities. Maybe a new Royal Navy ship is being commissioned today as a Royal train passes through Havant Aclew on its way to Portsmouth. In a previous video entitled Early Morning at Havant Aclew, I mentioned that in the 1950s and 60s, Havant Island was a very popular destination for holidaymakers. At weekends in particular, additional space was required for luggage and prams. It was not unusual, therefore, for a pram van to be attached to passenger trains. One such train is seen arriving at platform 3 on a late morning service from Hayling Island. The royal party have finished their visit to Portsmouth and are seen here on their return to London. Yet another local service returning from Hayling Island, this time comprising 2 suburban coaches headed by A1 Exterior number 32670. BR Suburban stock was used on the line as the turnaround time at the island terminus was short, and they could be loaded and unloaded more quickly than corridor stock. One of the daily semi-fast services from either Cardiff or Plymouth returning to Brighton, headed by Bullet Pacific number 34041 Wilton. Our last look at the train that epitomised the Hayling Island branch line, an A1X Terrier hauling 2 BR suburban coaches full of happy holidaymakers. This is the final video in the Havant Aclew series, which has shown how an old layout has been rebuilt, improved, and also how if you are short of space, a small layout can be just as realistic as a much larger one. However, nothing stands still, and I have plans for its successor. These will also be videoed and uploaded here, so to continue watching, why not subscribe and see what happens. That's all for now. See you next time.